After watching a few 9/11 videos, I really wanted to sort of spread some new thoughts that some people in where they think is true still, where this truth lies, is it an inside job? Did the government actually participate in 9/11? It seems to me that some people still have some doubt as to whether their government participated in 9/11. And I don't know, I'm out here in Canada and I'm pretty sure it sort of looks like the same picture from every other country, but yeah, the government definitely was involved in 9/11. I can't see how anybody else can't see it that way. Um, I do think it was the corporate world that had a lot to do with it. Follow the money. There's always, a nice big corporation making an awful big buck off whatever war we're starting, off of an event that pisses us off that supports war. Um, but who's hiding it? Who doesn't want to have a question answered? Who's sort of making information illegal? Who's trapping you in your own cage? Your own friggin' government. If government was willing to say, hey, this was a bad thing and we need to investigate it, I mean, you kind of got to remember what an investigation looks like. And that means, like, we analyze this thing to death. We try and find out everything. No stone will be unturned. But to get rid of all that metal out of the country as fast as possible. Gold's at the very bottom of this. A lot of people got sick. A lot of people knew that a lot of those people were going to get sick. If there's got to be some scientists on this planet that knew that inhaling asbestos and all of that toxic waste on top of cleaning up that mess. A lot of people knew about that. But there's some people getting really, really rich over this. And that's going to bring a big blow when you find out, if you're a soldier, that you killed somebody. You killed somebody's father. You killed some kid that's just trying to survive in, you know, from an attack, from bombs that you make, or it seems to me that most of these wars have everything to do with oil and taking over somebody else's economic system. You're trying to make them into a third world and then develop it for yourself. I don't see too many good news stories of, look at the families that we help, look at the, we don't tend to uplift their experiences. Their homes aren't better, their lifestyle doesn't improve. With no war, nothing gets improved, but yet we think war is the way that we're going to achieve any form of world peace. So I think it's a con job. If you're following government, you are starting to see some signs of police doing harm to citizens. Like, they're pushing the boundaries. And it's been my experience that when I ask my government for help, it doesn't matter what the guy that got elected in my local area wants to do a good thing. When he goes up trying to do anything, nobody else cares. Some of the major problems that we have in every country, they get complaints, but nobody's doing anything. So we have to admit, at some stage, government can't be trusted not to look after the social needs of its country. They're all working for the CEO. Everybody's chasing the money. And it's going to be a hard pill to swallow, that you could allow somebody to manipulate you to do something really horrific. And it is an an infinite love that we have to have for each other to just sort of say, oh my God, I can't believe how wrong I was, and um, we need to start making good over what we've done, and that's the what we need to wake up to. This is how we end up creating um, a world peace, is to recognize how wrong we were, how not to participate in the same game. Don't be building those bombs. Kind of know who to trust and who not to trust. And um, that is another big aspect of when you find out all of this that has gone on. The first thing that will get blown away is your trust. You won't know who the hell to trust. In my situation, it's like the churches, you can't trust them. You can't trust the medical world. You can't, um, there is very, very little in your world you should trust right now. But what will make you survive any of this is if you start to trust yourself. And really making it short, because I say it over and over again, but you can trust yourself 100% to know exactly what's right and what's wrong if you're calm, peaceful, and loving. And you can see um, the goodness in everybody. And if you can't see the goodness in everybody, you're at least asking questions to try and see the goodness in everybody, in your enemy especially. If you can't see the goodness in everybody else, then you can't see your own goodness yet. And those are things that you need to explore first. Is because if you see an enemy in everybody, you're only seeing a reflection of yourself. You're still seeing some evil that you can't let go of. You've got a thorn inside you that you have to work through. We've all been making mistakes. We've all killed and tortured an awful lot of us, but world peace requires us to sort of stop doing that. And the only way we've got to stop doing that is saying, okay, this is not the way to do it. Hurting each other will never ever solve any problems. We need to find a better way. You need to find the root causes. The root causes are these freaking rich people that are just manipulating everybody to fight. We need to, communicate with those rich guys that just happen to be insane. And they're lacking some. And it can't be our hate. Again, we cannot have a war with them. We have to somehow help them because they are insane. They cannot help themselves. But that's the trick, is how to do it with love. And I'm not sure if any of this makes sense, but find a way to trust in yourself, but you can only trust yourself 100% if you're loving and peaceful. Otherwise, you're destructive. Peace out.